It was 9 o'clock, and I was going over to 74 Front Street for a finance project because a couple of the guys in the house, they were presenting with me, and so we decided to meet up at 9 o'clock.
It's kind of your average morning. It gets a little loud in the house, just being 15 guys in there, and everybody waking up at different times and just doing their own things throughout the morning. So, I mean, I heard some rambling, some people running up the stairs. So I heard it, but I didn't really process it.
I started hearing the smoke alarms go off, and honestly, like, the smoke alarms, whenever someone cooks in our kitchen, like, the smoke alarms always go off. So I didn't think too much of it. And 5 minutes go by, the smoke alarms are still going, and I'm like, oh, I should probably get up, because usually you waft it away. It turns off after a minute or two. Like I should probably get up. No, like, I'm gonna get up at 9. I gotta write a paper. I gotta have a productive day. And then all of a sudden I hear Drew's voice. Like, I can't make out what he's saying, but I hear panic. I hear panic in his voice. I'm like, what's this? And then I hear one thud on my door, and then I hear him like trying to like crutch away. I'm like, what?
And all of a sudden I just start hearing the noise is getting louder, and it's almost like a panic. And then I start to hear the words start to come to me. It's like, there's a fire, everyone get out. It's just screaming, people, fire, fire. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta get out.
Breaking news at noon, you're looking at video from a fire that broke out on Front Street in Binghamton shortly after 9 this morning. And we want to show you this video right here. This is taken from our Skycam in downtown Binghamton, and you can just see all of that smoke billowing out of that house.
My instant reaction was to scream, get people to get up and get out of the house. After that, I was crutching across the living room to make sure one of the guys who lives in the corner over there wasn't going to be trapped in the corner. And so when I got there, he wasn't there. So I turned around, and instantly the whole entire living room was in flames at that point. It was about 30 seconds after I originally even saw it. So I picked up my crutches and I ran across the living room. And at that point, I just kept screaming and trying to do anything to get anyone up. And luckily, one of the guys on the team who lives on that floor, Sonny and Bergia, he woke up first and saw the fire, heard me screaming, and ran upstairs. And at the same time, one of the guys who I was doing the project with, he was coming down the stairs. He lives on the top floor. And luckily, I was able to get his attention and get Sonny's attention, and they both ran upstairs to get everyone out. And I'm very lucky for them, because it would have been very difficult for me to get up those stairs and try to get people out. But a minute later, everyone was out of the house, and the whole house was engulfed in flames at that point.
One of the guys, Dylan Braddock, gave me a call probably right around 9 o'clock or so, and let me know that they had had a fire at the house. Everyone was out and everyone was okay. And obviously that was our biggest concern, so that was alleviated pretty quickly. And we didn't really know how bad it was. He was pretty calm, and that's kind of who Dylan is. So we got a video probably 10-15 minutes later. The fire might have looked a little bit worse at that point, and we really realized that these guys were gonna lose everything that they had. So we went down there as a staff, and Pat Elliott, our athletics director, went down there and just started making sure the guys were okay mentally, and kind of gathered them up and brought them back to campus. Just to kind of start the process of what was going to be moving forward for them.
The fact that no one was up at that point, it was very, very nerve-wracking, because any decision I made at that point in time, it could have cost someone's life or everyone's lives. So I'm very thankful that people were able to hear me, hear my screams, and get out of the house. Guys were coming out of the house in complete shock. I heard a lot of just, oh my God, like everything's in there. Most guys, some guys didn't even have shirts on. Some guys didn't even have shoes on. Luckily, some of them were able to grab their phones on their way out, or their wallet, or the keys. That wasn't all of them though. But the conversation was more thank God that that they were able to get out, and just again in complete shock.
Yeah, I was super impressed. That's a great word to put it, because people say they would do things for you when times like that happen, and then it's another thing when they do. So our coaches showed up very shortly after. AD Elliott was there. We had a care team ready for us right away. We had our neighbors next door and a few doors down offering anything we need, whether it's to park in their parking lot to get our cars out of there, or our next door neighbors got us some sandwiches just because it was the morning, and they just felt like they needed to help us. So I was very impressed with that. And then the next few days leading up to that, our apparel deals, like String King, STX for our equipment, they got us back on the field pretty quickly and got us back to doing what we really wanted to do, and that's play lacrosse with our best friends.
They were just excited to be there. They were excited to be there. A lot of the guys were. Some of the guys had, some stuff still that was, maybe a little bit damaged from the fire, or at least looked like it had been through a fire. So they had their sticks out there that, had some smoke damage on them and whatnot. But, they were happy to be out there. I think, that's a place that they all go to, sometimes maybe escape the rest of what's going on in their lives, whether it's school or other issues that they have going on. So for them to get back out, practice, run around with the whole team was huge. Yeah, I think we saw some both positive and negatives. I think, some of the guys were playing a little overly emotional, and that could be to our detriment at times. So I think as coaches we saw that there was that, and we tried to address it and calm the guys down a little bit, and I think we did as the game went along. There was a lot of goals scored. I think there was 10 goals in that first quarter, and then it was really hectic, and typically our games haven't gone that way, so it was a little bit of a different situation that the team was in, and I think we settled down a little bit after that, and I think towards the end of the game there was a lot of joy. I think they were really pleased and proud of themselves as a group to be able to have gone through a really tough week and come out with a win, and also just cap the season with a winning record too. Yeah, well, I'd say first off, wasn't really surprised by necessarily Drew, Sonny, or any of the guys, looking out for their teammates, or trying to help get guys out of there. Drew is as selfless of a guy that we have on the team, and one of our best leaders. So I think it was really appropriate that he was the guy who walked in, and I think we're really lucky that he was the guy that walked in there, and I would have no doubt that he'd be able to handle himself well in a lot of different situations like that. So it definitely shows that we're a resilient group. I think we saw that on the field this year, through some ups and downs, and having to deal with a lot in terms of how the season was run, and getting a late start and all that. So I think it was just another kind of building block for us, and another thing to really kind of build on as a team.
Honestly, like, mind-blowing. I don't even have words for it. Like, mind-blowing. It's, thank God all of us made it out. I could care less about my stuff. I could care less about anything. Like, if someone didn't make it out, it would be a completely different story. Like, I thank God every day someone made it out. That's it. It's bottom line. I could care less about my stuff. about how I feel now, like someone that we all made it out. That is what I'm thankful for. So.